I remember this magazine very well. I used to carry this magazine around with me in my school bag for about 3 months. Yeah, I remember this. So this is issue 5, May 1994, only £2.25. I must have been in like 3rd year at high school. I remember I used to read this every lunchtime. Every lunchtime we used to read this. Right, so it's Sega Magazine, Britain's only official Sega magazine. Streets of Rage 3, the best just got better. 32-bit Mega Drive, the ultimate add-on, is here. Daytona, incredible, graphical blowout, Tomcat Alley, Top Gun action on Mega CD. Free, Crack Sonic 3 with our Giants Tips map. That's obviously Axel out of Streets of Rage 3. That artwork just pops, doesn't it? I love it, I love it. As soon as I saw it, I thought, yeah, I know you. So we've got Mega Drive, Mega CD, Master System and Game Gear. Think you can thrash this team? Then you'll be over the moon at Dixon's. Yeah, I'm not really into football. I mean, we used to play a lot of that. Is it foosball, they call it? Foosball. Table soccer. NBA Jam. On the memories that this is bringing back. Now, the contents. Reviews. Mega Drive, Streets of Rage 3, Pink Panther, Bubba and Sticks, Mega CD, Power Monger, Jurassic Park. Master System, Battle Maniacs, Game Gear, Ren and Stimpy and GP Rider. Previews, Tomcat Alley. I think that's why I had this magazine glued to me, because of Mega CD, the stuff that were in it. I remember seeing a Snatcher picture in this for Mega CD. I don't know if it were this magazine, this one. It were one of them though. And I just needed Snatcher, but we never, ever, ever saw it up here, ever. I mean, I should have asked my mum and dad to order it in, shouldn't I, really? I should have asked the game shops if they could have ordered it in me, and I bet they could have done. I bet you they could have done. Didn't have the brains when I was 10 years old, though, did I? Right. So, previews. Tomcat Alley, Ryan Giggs Champions World Class Soccer. Never played that. Saw it a lot, though. The Incredible Hulk, Hurricanes, World Championship Soccer, Mortal Kombat CD, World Cup USA 94, and Drop Zone. Showcases Mars and Saturn, the next generation. True 32-bit games, including arcade perfect Virtua experiences, are coming to the Mega Drive thanks to the Mega 32 upgrade. It's going to be totally brilliant, bringing Saturn-level graphics and gameplay to the 16-bit system. Unless they're on about the, I think they're on about the 32X there, aren't they? It's gotta be. It's obviously not the Mega CD. Right, 3, 2, 1, go. Continuing our 32-bit coverage this issue, we have the exclusive lowdown on the incredible racing game known as Daytona GP, bringing Ridge Racer graphics and Virtua racing gameplay to the arcades. This game is going to be big. Bare Knuckle Shuffle. Come to the sunny Sega world. The Daily Mirror said that Bournemouth is the sex centre of Britain. More adult magazines per person are sold than anywhere else in Britain. Wow, that's brilliant to know. Supersonic spin-offs. Don't Feed the Dinosaurs, Jurassic Park CD. 32-bit war is over. Rad. Yeah, I remember him. He were a videator in Games World, the Games Master. Rich, Sam, Jeff, Tommy Boy, C-Boy. So this is your editorial. Yeah, I never used to read these just to just bore me. So if you want to read it, just pause it. Right. News. Virtua Star Wars. WoW's AOU show. The latest in Sega's line of Virtua games was officially unveiled at the Tokyo AOU show in Japan. Using the Model 1 arcade board used in Virtua Fighter and Star Wars featured levels taken directly from the movies, and with the aid of Model 1 technology, the result is nothing short of stunning. As you can determine from the action-packed shot, coin-op Virtua Star Wars makes brilliant use of Model 1 arcade board, thus making it another prime candidate for conversion onto the new Mega 32 machine. 32X, definitely. I remember seeing it. I remember seeing that. It was in game, £130 or £139. Begged my dad for it, but he said no. Not right. And it was one of them no's that meant no. It went, I could twist his arm, it was just no. Because I think I was getting a PlayStation. I don't know what I was getting. I was getting something, but it weren't the 32X. Man, these times are taking me well back. It's brilliant. Virtua Dodgem cars. Sega of Japan's amusement section has printed a brilliant catalogue of their large-scale cabinets, and some of the games they've produced are totally out of this world. Sega announced Chaos 2, one of the best-selling 8-bit games of 93 to 94 was Sonic Chaos on the Master System and Game Gear. Now Sega have announced that they are to release a sequel, Sonic Spinball, for the Game Gear. It's not a bad game, Sonic Spinball. Not a bad game. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't control him. I just couldn't put him where he needed to go. But I spent a lot of time on it though. Don't get me wrong, I spent a lot of time on Sonic Spinball. Didn't get far on it. Right, Galaxian 3 Sega style, launched at the recent A or U show in Japan, was a brilliant new multiplayer experience from Sega. Got that screen. That's a big screen. You got all them light guns as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe. Sony Go for family values. Sony have recently snapped up the rights to distribute the Mega Drive version of Adam's Family Values, developed by Ocean Software. Pinky from Planet Purple. Coming soon from Tengen is a platformer featuring a pink alien from the Planet Purple. Don't remember that. The Midland Live Cash Deal. The Listening Bank. Right, more news. Coming soon, Mega Drive in May. Virtua Racing, Bubba and Sticks, Lost Vikings, Brett Hull Ice Hockey, Ryan Giggs Champions. And in June, Streets of Rage 3, All-Star Tennis, Body Count, Mario Andretti Racing, Dune 2. I never even saw Dune 2. I think I ever saw Dune on Mega CD. Let's have a look. Mega CD, what's coming out in May? Dracula Unleashed, never saw that. Prize Fighter, never saw that. Tomcat Alley, I got with the Mega CD. Jurassic Park, never saw that. Double Switch, we saw Terminator. Soulstar, Dune, Powermonger, I think that were them. Battle Corps, they were very rare. Not many CD games were around my way. Mega CD games. Master System, Fire and Ice and the Incredible Hulk. Game Gear, GP Rider, Sonic Spinball. There's quite a few there. Drop Zone, Itchy and Scratchy. That's a brilliant game. They actually made a game of Itchy and Scratchy. Bubba and Sticks. Our goofy hero and his friend, an intelligent alien Stick. Never played it. I saw it. I never played it though. Let's have a look at this. EA unveil Wing Commander. Ever heard of Wing Commander? Released around 3 years ago on the PC, it revolutionised computer games with some gobsmacking visuals. Yeah, I have them actually on, oh, what is it on? GOG. Wing Commander 1, 2 and 3 I think I've got. Never got around to playing them yet, but I do want to play them. Psygnosis. Sign up more titles. Psygnosis have been rather quiet on the release front lately, but they have a whole bundle of games currently under development. First up is Rescue, a Mega Drive title which is amazingly similar to Sega's Subterranea. I've never played Subterranea. Sega Magazine recommends an all-new section in the magazine where we write down what our current fave games are. Double Switch, Virtua Racing, Subterranea. Yeah, it's good looking back at these. I remember them. I remember all the pictures. Oh, Flink. This is Flink and the Enchanted Castle. Nice graphics there. What a game. I remember getting that. Electronic Boutique, £20. I remember that. Saturday. Got home. Loved it. Loved it. brilliant introduction, lovely music. It's really hard for me though. Loved it, loved Flink. It's going for a lot of money as well. Nowadays anyway. First pictures of Bubsy 2. I used to have Bubsy 1. Somebody dial 911. Not a bad game. It was quite hard to control. It was fast. Not a bad game. But I never played 2, never played the second one. After a very successful debut on the Mega Drive last year, Bubsy is back for more action in his second adventure, imaginatively entitled Bubsy 2. It was really hard, Bubsy 1. Really hard. It was good though, it was beautiful to look at. Good game, I enjoyed it. There's an option in Bubsy which allows you to tailor the game to your own needs. Levels can be set so you need to collect a certain amount of lives, points or marbles before you can complete them, and you can even set yourself different time limits. Yeah, I'm not the best person to play against time. I like taking my time in games. I don't like be playing against the time. Let's have a look. The games people play. Yeah, Future Zone Game Centre. I kind of remember that. I remember that face. I think we only had a Future Zone for about 6 months, and then it closed down, and then it turned into electronic boutiques. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Amiga, Mega Drive, Game Gear, Master System 2 and PC compatible. Buy any of the 32 Spring into Sport games and get a free accessory. Look for the special stickers and details in store. Here we go. Here we go. I remember this so vividly. Tomcat Alley. Tomcat Alley is one of the most eagerly awaited Mega CD titles of the year. The game features full-screen, cine-packed full-motion video, a first for the Mega CD, and uses professional actors, exceptional special effects and direction from a Hollywood veteran who's worked on all manner of blockbusters, including Star Trek, the motion picture. Wow. It's an excellent game. I love Tomcat Alley, and I cannot for the life of me complete it. There were this, Sewer Shark, Night Trap. I just can't complete them. I just can't complete them. I don't think I've ever completed a Mega CD game. Oh, Sonic CD. I've completed Sonic CD. Road Avenger. Oh no, we didn't complete Road Avenger. We got to that. We got to the last bit. We got to the ambulance. We got in the ambulance. That was the furthest we ever got. We got in the ambulance right on the very last bit of Road Avenger, and I just couldn't do it. I remember failing. Man. I must have looked at this magazine. It was burned into my eyes. I have you now. An enemy plane is in your sights. Now, if you could just get a fix. Man, I remember Christmas Day getting this. I remember the cardboard and everything. It was like a dark brown cardboard. I got like a Mega Games as well. Tomcat Alley. Oh. Road Avenger. I can't remember what I got for that Mega Drive. I can't remember. But I remember hammering Tomcat Alley. I remember it so good. And Solfease as well. I hammered Solfease. Hammered it all. And Night Trap. Mortal Kombat. Ooh boy, it's Ratchet. She's a damned good pilot. Yep, definitely. The end of the first mission pits you against a huge bomber. Take it out. I remember it so vividly. It's a good game. I was looking if they did it on anything else, you know, like on 3DO, but I couldn't find it. You know, because it'd be a better graphics on 3DO. Because I did Sewer Shark. I actually completed Sewer Shark on the 3DO emulator. Because I wanted to do it on the Mega CD, but it was too hard. But then I found out that it was out on 3DO, and then I did it on 3DO, and it was brilliant. Really good game. Loved it. I loved it. So I can complete it on 3DO, but not on the Mega CD. So I thought if I can complete that on the 3DO, then maybe I could complete Tomcat Alley on a different console. But I really want to complete it. I really want to do it. I can only get to the bit where you're doing the ground, where you're shooting at the ground. It's too fast for me. I just can't do it. You know, since I was like 11 years old, I've been trying to do that. I might spend a day on that, you know. I might spend a day on that. And really have a go at it. What a game. Ryan Giggs Champions. With the amount of football games already available for the Mega Drive, it's refreshing to see something new. Take Ryan Giggs Champions, coming soon from Acclaim. In this game, you take on a role of Man United super god Ryan Giggs himself and enter a fantasy world filled with fire-breathing dragons and vicious goblins as he attempts to rescue innocent children from the Dark Lord Yog Sothoth. Actually, that's a complete lie. It's another football game. It actually looks a bit like FIFA there, Ryan Giggs, lad. With them stars. I never played it. Never played it. Looks alright. My mum used to love Ryan Giggs. She used to love him. Yeah, my mum's well into football. I'm not. I mean, like I said, I played it a little bit when I was younger, but I just couldn't get into it. But my mum loves Giggs. I used to remember she'd be screaming at telly. Go on, lad. Honestly. Right, The Incredible Hulk. US Gold are aiming to capture the more popular classic view of the Hulk. An angry, misguided creature whose physical rampages somehow managed to put right wrongs created by an army of supervillains. The absorbing man is actually pretty weedy. Yeah, I weren't ever into Hulk. My dad liked a bit of Hulk. He used to always watch it, you know, the old ones, and I think the new ones as well. You know, before he passed. Yeah, the Incredible Hulk joins the legion of comic characters converted to the Mega Drive in the form of a platform game. He uses all manner of special moves supplemented by his superhuman strength in order to battle with some of Marvel Comics' most lethal foes. Even Spider-Man pummeled Rhino with little effort. It's good to see the Hulk having similar success here. Give him a good left up there, hasn't he? Yeah, this is a pretty good scan actually. They're actually good scans, these ones, the Sega ones. That looks good. Cripes, another evil boss type. Yeah, I never played it. Saw it a few times though. Hurricanes. Coming this summer from US Gold is a Mega Drive and Game Gear conversion of Hurricanes, a cartoon series produced by Scottish Television. Heroes. Football, kinda, actually. No, Hurricanes. No, I've never saw that. Even though I'm in England. See, we didn't really see much Scottish stuff. See, I remember watching some on BBC iPlayer when I lived at my mum's. I'm talking like 2009 maybe. And I was watching Limmy from Scottish Television, because you can pick, on BBC iPlayer, you can pick a region like Wales, Scotland, BBC Scotland, I think it was BBC Wales, and England. But I went up to Scotland because I love Scotland. And I found Limmy comedy and I watched it and I loved it. Limmy's show, hilarious. Loved it. It's a bit of a dark comedy. But yeah, we never saw that. If it weren't for like, it's a different region. You know. But yeah, Hurricanes. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Match. This is a magazine, a football magazine. He reads Match. He plays computer games and he plays football. What else is there to do? Yeah, never into football magazines. World Championship Soccer. See, I like the big sprites. What's this on? 8 megabytes by Sega. 8 megabytes, man. A flipping picture at 1440p's like. I mean, you can get it up to 400 megabytes for one picture. Now, you know, a picture, like a photograph, a picture. And they're 8 megabytes for a game. A full game, 8 megabytes. And a picture, one picture, now is like 400 megabytes. It's crazy. Unless I'm wrong, I could be wrong. You know, I'm still learning about all this digital stuff. So I don't know everything, so don't quote me on that. But 8 meg, might have meant something else, but as if there aren't a gazillion Mega Drive football games around already, Zeus, Lord of the Gods, has gone and stirred up even more trouble by making it a World Cup year, giving people yet another excuse to make even more football games. Zeus, the Lord of the Gods. Nah. Lord Jesus Christ is God of gods. That's what it is. But yeah, I love the start. I love the sprites. Love it. But yeah, not one that I would have got into. What's next? Oh, Mortal Kombat Mega CD preview. Mortal Kombat is certainly an exciting game. When the first home conversions were released a few months ago, it caused crowds of youths to run round and round the street shouting its name at periodic intervals. Mortal Kombat, they would shout. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I remember that introduction. I used to plug it up to my hi-fi and play it really loud. I used to love it. The music was brilliant. The graphics were a little bit better on Mega CD, and the sounds, there were sounds, but the loading times, man, did my head in. But it did actually play a bit better, I thought, at Mega CD. It's just the loading times, and that's the only thing that let it down. Mortal CD is being programmed by the same team responsible for all the other critically acclaimed conversions. In the grand tradition of Mega CD versions of Mega Drive games, Mortal Kombat CD features a lovely 2-minute full motion video intro. This is, in fact, the very people running around and shouting as featured in the advert, but fortified with 1.5 minutes of previously unseen footage and a bleeping drum machine techno-type soundtrack. Full motion fun also makes itself evident in the character profiles with the full attract routines of the arcade in evidence. Yeah, I think at the beginning, like when it were previewing, you know, it was saying like Johnny Cage, and then it'd be telling you like the story and Kano. See, at Mega Drive version, they were just still pictures, but in Mega CD, I'm sure they were moving. Good game. World Cup USA 94. The flow of Mega Drive soccer simulations continues unabated. This month alone, we preview 3 new simulations of England's most popular sporting activity. Penalties, yes. I would have beat everybody at them penalties. They look top. I love them. Yeah, I used to love penalties. I used to love them. Even in real life, because I used to play as a goalkeeper. And I used to love penalties in real life. I was good at them. I used to save a lot. It'd be rare people could score in me, you know. Rare. I was good. I were only young. I loved it. I got right into it. US Gold are pinning their hopes on their entry being as successful as the mighty FIFA International Soccer. Nah, I think I remember that though. I remember that dog. Well, I remember it's the book, it's this magazine, you know, it takes me right back. Drop Zone. A lot of you probably aren't old enough to remember when Drop Zone was first released. In fact, a lot of us Sega magazine staff aren't old enough to remember when Drop Zone was first released. Luckily, Rich is a bit of a crinkly, so we asked him about it. Turns out Drop Zone was a highly inventive and original shoot-'em-up on the 8-bit computers of yesteryear. Right, so it's a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. Never heard of it. Sega Master System preview. I love my Master System, but I always wanted my Mega Drive. I coveted my Mega Drive forever. I eventually got one. It was for my birthday as well. It was my birthday. I remember it. I remember coming home from school and having it. I'm very lucky when I was younger. Very lucky. Right, letters. Well, this'll be the letters page then. The spread where you, Johnny Reader, have your say. Right, so if you want to read it, just pause it. Because I'm not the best reader and I will not be reading all of this. Let's just have a look at this though. Proud owners of 6 Mega Drives. Dear Sega Mag, well done for printing Jack Ferry's letter. It was good and true. I am not a proud owner of a Mega Drive and CD. I'm a proud owner of 6 Mega Drives and 2 Mega CDs, as they have broken and been replaced this many times. I am happy with what I've got, but I'm considering buying a Saturn. I was unhappy to find out that the console would be priced at £550 and the games at £140 each. Right, let's have a look. Let me just have a quick look what he says here. Right, calm down, lad. For starters, the price and indeed release for the Saturn is yet to be finalised, and it's incredibly unlikely that the games are going to wane at that. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, a bit too much there, lad. Yeah. There's some mad questions what people ask, you know. Now, what's this? Mars. A Mars gets you there, as does a lift from your dad, which can be embarrassing as are, I don't know, some habits which you can easily pick up. Honestly, we were mad. Met more questions than answers. Sonic 3. And they're on about the Saturn again. A lot of questions and answers. Well, what do you know? As soon as 1 month has finished, there's a whole stack of problems piling up for the next issue. Questions and answers. Let's have a look at these ones. Do Japanese Mega CD games work on the English Mega CD? No, because of region. And censorship. Will there be any more Sonic games on the Mega CD? Which game do you think is the best? Double Switch, Night Trap, Sherlock Holmes, or Sewer Shark? Sherlock Holmes, they haunted me. I had both of them and I still couldn't do them. I couldn't even do them with the cheats. It's too hard. Are Lethal Enforcers and Bubba and Sticks any good on the Mega CD? Yeah, I love Lethal Enforcers on Mega CD actually. Good game. And the second one. Mars and Saturn, the next generation. The new buzzword at Sega Europe HQ is Mars. Available in the UK before Saturn, Project Mars promises to revolutionise gaming by adding advanced 32-bit technology to the Mega Drive and Mega CD. Sega have already issued an impressive press release on the subject, but we needed more, much more. The 32X. The Mega 32 has been built to handle more polygons than Saturn with its current specification. Mega 32 is really super speed. Daytona on 32-bit should be close to the coin-op. Nowhere near as close to the coin-op. Closest I've played to an arcade perfect at Daytona USA will be on PlayStation 3 and probably Xbox 360. This is what we got. Like this down on Virtua Racing on the Mega Drive. Very impressive, but it's a whole new ball game on the 32-bit. I mean, it probably looked a lot better on 32X. I've never played one. Never played on a 32X. Saw it. Never played on one ever. In fact, any full motion video we use through Mega CD with the upgrade will have VHS quality. So did the 32X work with the Mega CD? Yeah, 32X CD. This is mad. Our ambition is to bring games in at the same cost as Mega Drive software. Sega are the masters of 32-bit coin-op technology, with Daytona GP being their greatest accomplishment to date. Now Sega are bringing that technology home with Mega 32. Our breath is bated. Clockwork Knight, everything that you've seen in terms of scaling, rotation, texture mapping, polygon handling, extra sound with the new sound chip, all comes with the upgrade. Saturn will be a completely different product. It is our first multimedia machine, and the specifications for that are still not clear. Clockwork Knight, I don't know what that is. It looks a bit like Panzer Dragoon, but that dragon doesn't look like what we got. That can't be. What we're saying is that now you can be comfortable about buying a Mega Drive, because whenever you feel like it, you can upgrade it to a 32-bit and you won't be left behind. 3, 2, 1, go! And they're underway. We used to play that. What size is that telly? We used to play the double. There were two. What we did. There were two where we were. Didn't have this though. I can't remember. I don't think it had that. It had all this front. It had all that front. It had the gears. The gears were quite high next to the wheel. It had 4 buttons that coloured, and you could change your views. Me and my friend used to go head to head every weekend at this. Well, there were 3 of us again. There were 3 of us. Daytona USA. We were close. Good game. We used to drift and everything. We put it in automatic and still drift. Well, I think we did. We never drifted. Not like we saw where they used to put it in 3rd and then drop it back into 4th. What a game. Every Saturday we'd play Daytona. That was 50p a credit. Daytona Racing is the follow-up to the astounding Virtua Racing, bringing incredible texture mapping techniques to VR's incredibly realistic polygon-based gameplay. It's the arcade soon, and it's utterly amazing. It still is. It's a brilliant game. Brilliant graphics. It's so gorgeous to look at. Brilliant game. Even now, looking back at it. Excellent memories. Excellent. Psycho driver modes. There are 2 more incredible features in the Daytona game, designed to appeal to real driving masters. You'd feel it as well. You'd proper feel the rumbling. It would rumble. It was like a flipping... Oh, it was really violent rumbling. When you'd crash your car. Yeah. Oh man, good memories. I remember we used to play tennis at school. We'd be arguing like, yeah, I'm going to do you on Daytona on Saturday. Daytona for Mega 32. Sega have revealed a potentially stunning 32-bit upgrade for existing Mega Drive owners, and the company are intent on bringing the arcade experience into the home. Since the Mega 32 specs include sophisticated polygon and texture mapping facilities, we wouldn't be surprised to see a home conversion of this stunning arcade race game during 1995. 1995. Here we go. Bare Knuckle Shuffle. I remember this. I'll see what they cut out of here, because I did have both. I have the Japanese version now. But yeah, they changed a lot in the PAL version. Right, let's have a look. It's been just over a year since Streets of Rage 2 hit the Mega Drive and become the instant king of scrolling beat-em-ups. Never before had the Mega Drive seen a game with such awesome speed and playability. Could it be possible to produce anything better? Well, the answer is yes. And what better game to do it? The stunning follow-up to Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage 3. Right, it's a good game. It is a good game. But I think 2 is more... It's more fluent. It's more... 2 is good. But 3 is good as well. Even the PAL version, I completed them both. Completed all of them. But I'd have to say the Japanese version's the better one. Hey there, Skateboy. I've heard about you and Blaze. Woof, woof. Oh, come back, Skate. I was just kidding. She doesn't fancy you anyway. She sends me naughty letters and items. Right. Seriously, man. Right. Talking about Streets of Rage 3. Right, let's have a look at Axel. Height, 189 centimetres. Weight, 73 kilograms. Blaze. Yeah. Back on the streets. Yep, Mr. X and his dreaded crime syndicate have returned with yet another cunning plot to take over Rage City. So let's have a look. Here we go. Level 1. Yeah, because then you come to Shiva. And there's a guy on a boat. Yeah, there he is. But I'm sure there's I think it's a transvestite. I think. But they cut it out of the PAL version. But they left it in the Japanese version. But they cut him out. Following the trail to a derelict building site, our heroes have to face battle whilst avoiding huge holes and falling oil drums. Skate. And Zan. He's probably best character to be in 3. And Axel. I like them too. Yeah, in Streets of Rage 3, the baddies are vulnerable to hazards as well, so it's worth trying to trick them into walking in front of trains. Yeah, it's a bit like Golden Axe, where you could they'd follow you off the map, but if you were on the map and then they'd come down, they'd fall, into off the cliff or whatever. Yeah, you could do that on this. And there are alternate endings as well. There were certain routes to go. That did my head in that. Do you know what I mean? I don't like stuff like that. It always did my head. I know they say it's for more playability, but that's just my personal opinion, It's either the right way or the wrong way. So what's new? Streets of Rage 3 features more than just one new character and a bunch of new levels. A whole host of extra features have been added to the game, giving Streets of Rage 3 more depth and playability than any other scrolling beat 'em up. Just take a look. Yeah, Rue. Is that what he was called? Rue. I actually got Rue. You actually save him from an evil tamer. Because you fight Rue and the tamer, but if you kill the tamer, you get to pick Rue. He comes on your side. If I remember. A stroll down Memory Street. Streets of Rage. It was around late summer in 1991 that the original Streets of Rage game arrived on the Mega Drive. Streets of Rage 2. It was around Christmas of 1992 that the long-awaited 16 meg sequel finally arrived. Streets of Rage 2 was significantly superior to its predecessor, with far better graphics, incredible sounds and mind-blowing playability. Yeah, still is. Oh yeah, the power meter. I mean, good game, Streets of Rage 3, very good game. But I'll still have to give it to Streets of Rage 2. Come to sunny Sega World. If you live in the Bournemouth area, no doubt you'll have heard of Sega World, the entertainment palace of the South Coast. And indeed, if you don't live in Bournemouth, it's still very likely you'll have heard of Sega World, Sega's family entertainment centre, the first of its kind in Europe. In Bournemouth, obviously that's in England. I never heard of it. Obviously they're saying it in here, but when I was younger, I wouldn't have known what Bournemouth were. I would have said it's on the moon. No, I knew it were in England, but we've nowhere to get where. We didn't have a car or anything, and we didn't really travel that much. As you'd expect, all the latest Sega coin-ops are winged over directly from Japan as soon as they come out, but Sega don't have a monopoly on the games available in the centre. Popular and acclaimed machines by their rivals are also installed. The titles at Bournemouth are split into two major zones: the Driving Edge for simulators and race games, and Zap Attack, where you shoot and hit things. I remember the pictures, but it didn't do it for me. It didn't do it for me. I was like, I think I remember the picture. I remember seeing it, but it didn't do it for me. I think I wanted to go to Legoland more than Sega World, to be honest. Right, Sega Magazine Golden Joystick Awards 1994. Down at the Sega Magazine HQ, we've been getting rather peeved lately. I don't know, you work all day, get home to your bird's eye meal for one, and what happens when you turn the telly on? There's yet another Louis award ceremony gracing the screen. Right, so what's this? Best console simulation, Thunderhawk or PGA. So it's best advert of the year. Pirate TV ad. I've got to admit, it were good. They were good. I didn't like the sleaziness of them, with women, what they did with women, but the Pirate TV, the idea of that were brilliant. I loved it. I mean, we were too young, really, to understand what was going on. Gaming as you've never seen it before. Computer and video games. C, V, and G. I think I remember that. I actually have one from like 1983 and 1981. It's an old magazine, really old, really old. I have to look for that. Supersonic spin-offs. Man, I used to have that. I used to have that exact tape. It's a tape holder. Yeah. Storing up to 15 tapes. This is the perfect accessory for your Sonic Walkman. Well, I used to put my PE kit in that. I used to take the frame out. There was like a plastic frame in it. I used to put my PE kit in that. Oh man, I better give that to my cousin. I used to give all my stuff to my cousin because they couldn't really afford much. So whatever I had, I didn't want to play with. He got, which, you know, he'd never have to get to play with him either. You know, he'd either come to my house and play with stuff, and he'd never get stuff like that ever because he couldn't afford it. You know, it's a shame because I was lucky. My mum and dad were both working. They had good jobs, very good jobs. So it was nice to share my stuff. The Walkman, I remember that Walkman. HP Sonic, what's this? Sonic appears with his chum Sally Acorn in these pasta shapes available from Tesco. Sonic shoes. What on earth's this? Battle tops. Sonic 2 t-shirts, socks, bedding. I used to have the pyjamas, I used to have the bedding, I used to have that cup. I never had the teddies, never had the pinball machine. I used to have I used to get the magazines. Never had the watches. I remember that though. I used to love that. Yeah, I used to put my PE kit in that. Man, that was mad. We always knew that Sonic was a star in the making, even if he has taken 3 years to reach the lofty heights of celebrity status. No way. Good to look back on. Don't feed the dinosaurs. You've seen the film, bought the merchandise, and gobbled up every piece of hype that the mass media can throw at you. Now sit back and prepare to be stunned as the Mega CD is put to full use in an awesome version of Jurassic Park. The science of genetics has advanced to a point where it's possible to recreate previously unimaginable scenes for those with the cash. Good film. I actually watched Jurassic Park the other week as well. I watched them all three. I watched all three of them. And they're all good. I actually prefer... I don't know. Everyone says the first one is the best one. But I kind of like the other 2 and 3. You know, I like them. I do like them. I've never played the Mega CD version though. This is a showcase feature. Mega CD. I remember this so vividly. You've got a T-Rex eye. A Brontosaurus. A Dilophosaurus. Triceratops. One of my favourite dinosaurs is that. So I don't know all the names. Velociraptors. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Know Your Dinosaurs. Positioned around the park are a number of computer booths designed to tell tourists more about the dinosaurs they're visiting. Yeah, I used to be well into Dino Riders. I used to love Dino Riders. They cut that bit out. In between each location, the player is treated to a few seconds of lovely full motion video of their journey. Fans of the movie will probably be hugely excited to discover this is in fact exclusive footage of the actual set film during the 9 free days at the end of the shooting schedule for the film. Wow. Mega Drive. There are all kinds of tips when you think about it. Some of them are expensive, like asparagus tips, and some of them are misleading, like the tips of icebergs, and some of them help you with Sega games. Sonic 3, let's have a look at this. Don't think I ever cheated on Sonic 3. Robert Hayward of Bishop's Taunton Barnstaple is a nice, neat gentleman, and he sent in a lovely, neat typed letter. How sweet of him. In fact, we'd just like time to thank him. Right, blah, blah, blah. When you reach the alarm at Beacons, if you want a high score and as many lives as you can be bothered to collect in this big selling treacle. Why have they done it like that? I would put a little line there. Follow Monsignor Howard's advice. When you reach the alarm beacons on the launch bay zone, keep revving Sonic between the beacons. The badniks summoned by the klaxons keep attacking our chum, and after a while you receive 10,000 points for each one you destroy, and every 5 of those mechanical birds killed reaps an extra life. Yeah, but you've only got 10 minutes to do it, else it'll kill you. Wiz and Liz, love that game, Wiz and Liz. Enough respect must surely go out to Maureen and Robert Cass. Infinite time and infinite lives. Now that were a gorgeous looking game. Jurassic Park, let's have a look. Playing as Grant. Playing as a raptor. Rocket Knight Adventures. What's this one? A level skip. I didn't know there were a level skip on Rocket Knight. Whilst on the title screen, press up and left 10 times. Then, while playing the game, pause it and press C, B, B, A, C, and B to skip a level. Cosmic Space Head, never played that. So I had a lot though. NBA Jam, we've got something of a plethora of tips for NBA Jam this month by Crikey. Let's have a look. Defensive Power Up, Turbo Power Up, Juice Mode. You can't play your Sega without it. Sega Magazine, Britain's only official Sega magazine. Every month only £2.25. Brilliant memories. Aladdin. Skipping is obviously one of M. Morooth of Warrington, Cheshire's favourite pastimes. Not that we're implying that M is a big soft girl who plays with dollies or anything. Right, let's have a look. Just pause the game at any point and press A, B, B, A, B, B, A. This will automatically move you on to the next level. ToeJam and Earl 2, never played that. I didn't even like ToeJam and Earl 1. It just bored me, too slow. Just bored me to death. Robocop vs Terminator, never completed that. Like I said, I think I can get to Ed 209, the first Ed 209, and he just beats me. Echo the Dolphin, the Flintstones. Castlevania, the new generation, a spine-tingling, blood-curdling, 6-level living nightmare from hell. I have Bloodlines, so I don't have new generation. I think I've got the American version, and we got the new generation. You know, for PAL, the PAL region. Tips for Mortal Kombat. You've got all these. Invisible characters. Only the blood effects are visible. Turbo moves. Eternal Champions. Now this is something I've been to. I think I remember seeing this because I used to have Eternal Champions. We hammered that game. We tried to get all the hidden characters and all the what were they now? Sinner kills and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to read that properly after. Because I'd like to get all the kills, you know, all the death moves and stuff on my channel. But I would have done it. Brilliant game. Hammered it. Mega CD, Thunderhawk, and Black Hole Assault. I used to have that as well, Black Hole Assault. A Wolf Child as well, Wolf Child. Wow, yeah. Zombies Ate My Neighbours. Got zombies but aren't very good at it. Jonathan Barr of Hillsborough, Core Down in Ireland, is the man you want to speak to. So you've got the levels. Level 41? It's all the way up to there. We're going to have a go at that. You know, a good proper go at it on zombies, but level 41. A review. The first screenshots of Streets of Rage 3 appeared a few months ago in the Japanese press, and console journals were all too eager to put the boot in before they'd even seen the game running. It's just like Streets of Rage 2, they moaned. It's like all the other scrolling beat 'em ups they whinged. Streets of Rage 3 improves over its predecessor with a much more lethal environment to combat. Each character has a speciality weapon they can use to produce some all new special moves. The artwork's fantastic. Yeah, it's not really doing it any justice, these pictures. It does look good, you know, on a CRT anyway, it looks really good. What do we get? 90. Expensive, but you're paying for the best scrolling combat game in existence. Only Streets of Rage 2 is anywhere near as good as this. It is quite hard. It's not the easiest one. I'd say Streets of Rage 2 is easier. Battletoads on the Master System. This is a review. The Battletoads have a long history in the video games world and have hit just about every system in existence, which makes it all the more amazing that they've only been in one game. That looks like a good stage. I like that. At the end of a level boss, a stilt walking robot. Like the speeders, certain death is assured here. Yeah, the speeders. That's where you're doing about 500 miles an hour through a tunnel. Only got 40%. A disappointing conversion of what could have been an excellent game. It's supposed to be, well, it is a good game, it's Battletoads. I've never really got into it, but I know it was supposed to be gone on SNES, on NES, sorry. Here we go, Mega CD Powermonger. Never saw this. It's not my type of game. Is it strategy? Yeah, not my type of game. By EA. Arriving almost on the first anniversary of the Mega Drive release, the CD conversion of Powermonger has spent a large amount of its development time in a state of mysterious limbo. I'm disappointed by the lack of real improvement that Powermonger has undergone. There were plenty of unsatisfactory elements in the cart version that EA had the opportunity to sort out. First was the appallingly slow pace. If anything, the CD version's even slower. I can actually agree with that. But I'll tell you something, I wouldn't change it for the world. 76% excellent for strategy fans. However, Megalomania and Populous 2 are more enjoyable. Never even played them two. I've heard of them, seen them, but I never played them. Sale of the Century. You can save over £25 on your exclusive subscription offer. X-Men Gauntlet. £40, $39.95. I did actually want to do this, but just didn't have the money. I mean, the paper round that we had, we only get £5 a week for that, you know. Not really hard work, that. And we had to work Saturdays. They were good times, good times. Paper shops. Paper rounds. I hated that paper round. I must have had about 20 paper rounds when I was younger. And I was still had no money. But like I said, we had good stuff. We had toffees and we had good pens and rulers and pencils and magazines and photocopies. And we used to swap games, because when we swapped a game at a swap shop, we'd have to put money too. You know, we'd have to put money towards. Like to say, this game where you say, yeah, it's worth a £5, but I wanted the game that were worth 11. I'd have to put £6 too. So I'd give him the game and £6 to get the £11 game. That's how it worked. And if we got a game that were like, oh, I don't know. He'd never pay us back the price though. You know, like he wouldn't pay us back. Say if we give him, say, Sonic 3, that would have been worth about, I'd say that were a 20. Sonic 3, you'd give us 20 in that. So we could pick a game for 20. But he would have put Sonic 3 up for about 30, you see. But he would have given us 20 to pick a £20 game. Telling you, they were crafty. Quest for the Shaven Yak, starring Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy are the wackiest, most popular tunes on TV at the moment, so it was only natural that, given time, they'd turn up on the Game Gear. Overall, 54%. Without the humour of the TV series, Ren and Stimpy are reduced to a very sad state. I mean, the graphics look alright. You know, the sprites. It does look like one of them Simpsons games, you know, it's really hard game. Yeah, we never played it. I used to watch the cartoon, but never, like I say, never really did anything for me. Well, for me personally, anyway. Tape That and Party. Free cassette with this month's Select. Pop Babylon. A review. G2 Rider. This looks like Super Hang-On. Looks really good. Based around the popular coin-op, GP Rider aims to bring all the thrills of motorcycle racing to Sega's humble handheld. 82%. It looks good. It looks really good. Look at that. The sunset. Looks really nice. I mean, I'll say Master System did pump out some good graphics. 4 meg. What's this? Pink Panther. Pink goes to Hollywood. The Pink Panther has appeared in any number of video game forms during his long and illustrious career. From the Spectrum to the Super NES, he has always amazed people with the poor quality of the graphics and gameplay on offer. The graphics look really good. Look at that. How can they say they're bad graphics? Some nice sprites, but bad animation. Some horrendous scrolling. 2 for originality. It's probably the first platform game we've seen of such low quality, but that doesn't really count. 2? Overall, 19. Why? Why did they have to do this? They really don't like that, do they? Pink Panther. Bubba and Sticks, the Mega Drive review. Never played it. Sticks are pretty useful things, you know. For instance, it was by rubbing 2 sticks together that the Neanderthal man first discovered fire. So graphics got 90, not bad. So let's see, overall 78%. A more than decent platform puzzler that provides plenty of entertainment, but not much excitement. Looks a bit like Boogerman, and even though I never played that, it just looks like it looks very green and boogerish. Definitely looks like Boogerman. I mean, who bring a game out, Boogerman? Never played it, never entertained it. It just looks like it. Here we go. Mega CD review. Seen Jurassic Park? Well, you'll know how to complete this game then, won't you? That's where you're wrong. Jurassic Park CD is actually based on the original book. So that's spied you, hasn't it? Right, so this got 92%. Accident-prone man surveys the map of the park from the command computer, noting the scene of the trouble and racing to the rescue. Shoot to kill, destroy, murder. So it must be like a mouse game as well. Use a Sega mouse. It looks like there's a cursor there. It looks good. It actually looks really good. 92%, a highly ace product, well worth anyone's money. Mega CD owners should seek this out immediately. Mega Drive, out now. Virtua Racing System Mega Drive by Sega. This is the big one. The first and now probably the last, owing to the Mega 32 project. Virtua Racing has everything from the coin-op crammed into it and more. All 3 tracks are in there, along with a brilliant 2-player mode. Actually a good game. I couldn't play it. It was too hard for me, but it were good. It were a good conversion. I bought it off my friend for £20 second hand. I remember because my other friend said, oh, he was selling it. And I really wanted it. And it were a big cart as well. Big black cart it were. The PAL version. 94%. And it used the 6-button controller, if I remember. And for the last time, the official price of the game is $69.99. Not around £80, 80 to 100 or anything like that. Expensive, yes, but you'll get your money's worth if you're a die-hard Virtua fan. Skitchin, never played that. My friend used to have it, I couldn't get into it. It's like Road Rash but on rollerblades. More than a little similar to the Road Rash series, Skitchin puts you in the shoes of top rollerblade racer. Yeah, it's not for me. Subterranea, I think we just seen that, didn't we? So that got 90%. Mutant League Hockey. What did we play? Mutant League Summit. Football? Mutant League. It rings a bell. One of them's going for a lot of money now. I think it's the football one because it's really violent. It's going for a lot of money. I think we played football. I'm sure we had football. So what that? 65%. Skitching got 80%. Subterranean got 90%. Joe Montana NFL Football on the Mega CD, 79%. Never even saw that. Jurassic Park, 92%. Dragon's Lair on the Mega CD. Although Dragon's Lair was at one time a hugely innovative game, it can hardly compete with today's more sophisticated titles. 50%. May have been a laugh when it first appeared in the arcades, but the absence of any gameplay is rather embarrassing by today's standards. Streets of Rage 2 on the Master System, look at that. 80%. One of the most famous beat-em-up series ever comes to the Master System this month, and a mighty fine conversion it is too. Never played it on Master System, never. Next month, more on Sega's incredible Mega 32 system, including exclusive detailed specs that reveal true power of the 32-bit upgrade, plus the latest news on what games we can expect to see. So let's have a look. Issue 6 out 15th of May, priced at a piffling £2.25. A full month doesn't need to pass before you can get your hands on a brilliant Sega magazine. Mean Machine Sega. There's no better race game than Micro Machines. I used to love that. Very good game as well. A mega game. Yeah, very good game. Codemasters. Right, so that's another one done. And next one's issue 6. Yeah, we're good that. I still love this magazine. Good to look back on that. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe. Hope you're alright. And you lot take care. Bye everyone.